So today's amend is acid head, redhead. Maybe I wrote redhead, acid head. I'll stick with acid head, redhead. So yesterday's amend was David Turner, and it was regarding that man. And I don't know if he's the one that put me in touch with this woman. Maybe not. I don't know how he heard of me. I all I knew is that she wanted to meet to get some some acid. And so I'm sitting in the library at the school university, and I'm on acid. So, and everything gets amplified, and I'm of course paying attention because I'm inherently paranoid. And as I mentioned before, I think the psychedelic experience just basically takes whatever pathology is running the moment and just amplifies the hell out of it, so it seems really incredibly valid. And that's what people regard as those amazingly spiritual experiences that seem amazing and divine, because it is, the feeling is so valid and right. Anyway, that's my contention. I don't want to go down that whole, so I'm seeing, but the point of being is I'm seeing somebody, and I'm thinking I'm about to get busted. So I'm seeing people, some guy turns a ring, and then he's looking over there, and somebody nods, and I'm just seeing a whole array of just, more than likely, and I say more than likely, just, highly likely that unrelated set of circumstances, feeling like I'm about to get busted. And then she shows up, and she is just, very nice, beautiful woman. We go into the stairwell, and, there it is. And, she's asking me how much she should take, and how is it? I'm like, I don't know, I'm on it now. Oh yeah, blah blah blah. And then we hung out, like I think the day after or 2 days later or something like that. And here's where the amend is. She wanted to do some kind of flirting, kind of get kind of like naked or topless, where you want to get as close to the person without touching, and that's the game. And just to see who can resist or something like that. And I always hated that game, because I feel like games like that are just manipulating games. And I that's the way I saw it back then. I didn't see it as a merit to teasing, or as a merit to foreplay, or as a merit to its own just experience of just what it's like to just be so close and yet so far. And that, whatever merit or whatever spin I can put on it to make it seem awesome now, I certainly did not view it as awesome then. And I was very much intent on just like losing intentionally and going, okay, well, I lost. And here's where I'm going to try not to make it about regret. I want to make, she's in there as one of my 100 regrets for sure, but this is really about an amend. And it once again falls thematically under the idea of communication. And consensuality was absolutely there. I was invited, it was fine, there was no indication given otherwise. But it was about the communication, and I think if I could have expressed it, or if she would have known, or how would you know that I'm just so completely far gone in my head? And this was before the acid. I mean, this is just really, I don't trust anybody. I think everything is an illusion or a con or a setup or something. So I might as well just get things over with. I think everybody's faking it. I think women are faking it for sure. You hear about women faking orgasms, or even like the one when Harry Met Sally, and that was just mind blowing to everybody. And the idea that you can't tell. Well, if you can't tell, then how can I tell on anything whether a person's telling the truth or not the truth? So to err on the side of caution, my entire paradigm is not even, my entire world was structured around almost a safety mechanism or coping or whatever it is, about the idea that, well, if all women have faked it, and you can tell the difference between fake and not fake, according to some women who I was around at the time, then how can you ever know? And since you could never ever know, well then I always felt that women were enduring me. And I figured the best option out of anything is to just get it over with as fast as possible. And that way, you're enduring me the least amount. I know this makes no sense right now as a 45-year-old adult looking back at my 18, 19-year-old self. And I was even looking back at my late 20s going like, what was wrong with you? Or I think maybe even mid-20s. But I don't know who this person is. I probably can never ever find them directly. I'm trying to keep this about the amends of just not being a decent, chill, good time for this person who invited me over, who wanted to do this touch, no touch kind of sensual thing, and all I did was ruin it by consummating things rather quickly just to kind of get it over with because I figured I'm being manipulated. Well, I'm not going to put up with that, of course, so I might as well just like go with it and then, just finish it as fast as possible and just with no regard to the other person. And I'm trying to keep this about the amend for her because it is about the fact that I'm not communicating. It was a perfect opportunity to develop trust and to develop a sensitivity to trust that somebody wants to give you or give me, and I just did not, and I spit in the face of that. And it wouldn't be the first time, it wasn't the last time, if from other amends, and it just that thematically is there for a while. I think other amends certainly are similar. And I'm just gonna probably leave it at that, at the fact that I just kind of for lack of a better word, just kind of jumped her bones after the touching, no touching thing. I'm like, all right, I lose, jump the bones, just finish it. And I was very actually excited to date and want to hang out with her again. I just thought that's what the process was. I remember being very, very upset about not being able to, I didn't understand why she was upset with me at the time, or not wanting to have anything to do with me. And maybe if I would have just said, hey, I get it now, let me make an amend right here, right now for this. But I didn't, because I didn't get it. I didn't see it. I wasn't sensitive to it. I took it as a slight. I took it as an offense. I took it as about me. And so to you, I apologize, Redhead, Acid Head. I'm not saying it to be funny. I'm just saying it that's the only way I can describe you. You might not. You may end up not even being a redhead, but that's how I remember you. And to that end, I'm very sorry for you. I'm sorry to have done that to you. Thanks for listening.